Michael Douglas built one of Hollywood's most celebrated careers. An Oscar-winning actor, a legendary producer, a man who seemed to have everything. But behind the spotless tuxedos and red carpet smiles, his real life was a far messier, far more painful story, one that took decades and enormous personal cost to finally make sense of. He was born on September 25, 1944, in New Jersey, into a world that came with impossible expectations baked in. His father, Kirk Douglas, was on his way to becoming a Hollywood icon. His mother, Diana Dill, came from a distinguished Bermudian military family. On paper, it was a remarkable pedigree. In reality, it was a pressure cooker. When his parents divorced in 1951, Michael was just 6. His father became little more than a distant, glamorous stranger. It was his stepfather, screenwriter William Darrad, who actually showed up, who sat beside him, who asked how he was doing and genuinely waited for the answer. Michael later said that moment, a grown man simply listening to him, moved him to tears. Not because he was hurt, because he had never experienced it before. He grew up in elite boarding schools, where his surname was less a source of pride than a punchline. Kirk Douglas's kid. That was how people knew him. He escaped into school theater productions, and something clicked. Acting wasn't just fun, it was the one place where nobody compared him to his father. When the time came for college, he turned down Yale and enrolled at UC Santa Barbara to study drama instead. His first quiet act of rebellion. His early career was grinding and unglamorous. Small television parts, forgettable film roles, cruel whispers suggesting he only got opportunities because of his family name. The breakthrough came in 1972 with The Streets of San Francisco, where he starred alongside veteran Karl Malden. Audiences loved them, and Malden, by Michael's own account, became the steady, guiding father figure his life had always lacked. Then came the moment that changed everything. Michael produced One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest in 1975, a project his father had owned the rights to for years, but never managed to bring to the screen. The film swept the Oscars, all 5 major categories. Standing on that stage holding the Best Picture award, Michael Douglas finally stepped out of Kirk's shadow for good. His own acting career then delivered one classic after another: Fatal Attraction, Wall Street, and the iconic Gordon Gekko, whose famous line about greed captured an entire era. He won the Academy Award for Best Actor in 1988. But success at work came at devastating personal cost. His first marriage, to Diandra Luker, quietly collapsed over years of emotional distance and long absences. Their son Cameron grew up in a beautiful house that felt empty, and eventually fell into drug addiction, serving 7 years in federal prison. Michael has publicly called his failures as a husband and father the greatest regrets of his life. A second chance at love came unexpectedly in 1998, when he met Welsh actress Catherine Zeta-Jones at a film festival. Despite a 25-year age gap, they married in 2000, and built a life together that weathered extraordinary storms: his stage 4 cancer diagnosis in 2010, a brief separation in 2013, and several painful public controversies. They came through it all together. At 80, Michael Douglas has stepped back from the spotlight, quietly, deliberately, on his own terms. He has chosen dinners over premieres, presence over performance. The man who once ran from his father's shadow ultimately learned the same lesson that changed his own childhood. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can offer someone is simply to sit down and listen. If this story resonated with you, hit like and subscribe. There are more remarkable lives worth exploring together.